Letitia Wright accepts President Enrico Boulevard, and this is Uncut News. News happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. Guyanese-born British actress Letitia Wright, known for her role in the Black Panther movie franchise, is set to arrive in the country tomorrow. Minister of Tourism Onij Waldron Alcock will meet the star upon her arrival at the Jetty Jagan International Airport. Last November, the president wrote a letter to Wright congratulating her on her successful career and inviting her to visit Guyana. In other news, Acting Chief Justice Roxanne George has described the ongoing dispute over funding for ID Prodigy as a national embarrassment. The case has now evolved into a lawsuit, which was filed against the Guyana government by ID Prodigy, challenging the government's decision to withhold its monthly subvention of $8 million from the organization. Chief Justice Roxanne George has ordered the parties involved to seek mediation and has expressed the view that the case will more than likely be sent to mediation. 4 Afrocentric organizations applied to be added to the case, but were denied. The Ministry of Human Services and Social Security responded to 15,000 reports through its 914 hotline and had 12,000 interventions from the Survivors Advocate Program during last year. The program was formed to assist women in abusive relationships, and the 914 hotline is the number to call if you happen to be in one and you are seeking a way out. The Housing Ministry received almost 15,000 new applications for house lots last year, according to Minister Susan Rodriguez. She said, quote, "This shows tremendous confidence in our housing program. Our young people are saying to us, we believe that the government has a good plan. We have seen evidence of the government delivering on this plan, and we are submitting our application in the full confidence of knowing that we will receive our house." End quote. Rodriguez disclosed that the Central Housing and Planning Authority received approximately 14,974 new applications for house lots, of which 10,763 were from persons between the ages of 21 to 39. Although I might add that I really don't think it has anything to do about the young people's confidence in the government's plan, as there's so much as young people desperate for housing. Just saying. Yesterday, an electrical fire burned down a home in Lodge, Georgetown. The fire service was alerted to the fire at Lot 24 Norton Street at around 3:30 p.m. Even though firefighters were able to put out the flames, the building was nevertheless destroyed. It was left unoccupied at the time, and the owner of the home is unknown. Investigations reveal that the fire was a result of illegal electrical wires, which caused arcing and sparks, resulting in the fire that spread to nearby combustibles and the entire building. Another 2-story building located next door was also affected by the fire. In other news, just over a week after 2 police constables and a mason were arrested in a car with a quantity of marijuana, cocaine, and ammunition, the 3 have been charged and were remanded to jail. Police constables Julius Cambridge and Albert Braesford, along with Mason Sheldon Benjamin, appeared in court on Wednesday. They were charged with possession of narcotics for the purpose of trafficking and possession of ammunition without a license. All 3 of the accused entered not guilty pleas. The 3 were remanded to jail after the charges were read to them. They were ordered to return to court on the 28th of February for the continuation of the case.
It's a new year. How about you make your truck run like new with Powered Automotive? Powered Automotive had truck parts and spares from all the major brands you know and love at prices you won't find anywhere else. Visit them at Lot 491 EE Eccles or call or WhatsApp them on telephone number 697-0171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana.
Tired of waiting on hold, tracking down a delivery driver, or carrying cash for your food orders? GT Eat is here to make your life easier. Guyana's first cashless food ordering and delivery app. Choose from Georgetown's top restaurants, pay securely with your card, and get your food delivered right to your doorstep. With the convenience of being able to order from your phone and the added feature of tracking your order, GT Eats is the ultimate solution for all your food needs. Download the app on Apple and Android stores and start ordering the easy way today. All Uncut News viewers can get 10% off all orders made on GT Eats up until January 31st. Telemedicine pilot programs are currently ongoing at 4 communities in Region 9. The Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, told Parliament that the government wants to move the delivery of healthcare to the level of a world-class system, and to do that, innovation and the application of technology are required. As such, the ministry has started a remote e-medicine clinic at 4 communities in Region 9. Bar owner Clyde Barrett, aka Clydie, has been arrested and is facing drug trafficking charges. The city businessman was arrested today along Avenue of the Republic in Georgetown after his car was intercepted by Guyana agents and more than 25 pounds of marijuana was found in the vehicle. Barrett was arrested and taken to Guyana headquarters, where he was charged and told of the offense. He remains in custody as investigations continue into the latest bust. In other Guyana-related news, Guyana officers conducted an operation at Dukestown quarantine bivvies. The officers searched the residence, which led to the discovery of two 12-gauge shotguns in the living room. The weapons were confiscated and transported to Guyana's HQ. An individual later identified as Jordan Pias was seen fleeing as the officers were gaining entry to the location, Guyana said. A wanted bulletin has been published for Pias. Wanted man O'Neill Ben, known as Hot Score, of Angois Avenue, New Amsterdam, surrendered to the police on Wednesday night. Ben turned himself in at the Central Police Station in the presence of a relative and was observed to have 4 gunshot wounds about his body. Ben is wanted by the police for a string of robberies and other offenses and was involved in a shootout with the police at a roadblock on Monday night. The driver and other occupants of the vehicle were subsequently arrested. Chinese state-owned company Sinuk Petroleum Guyana Limited has presented $10 million to the University of Guyana to support education for primarily indigenous and other students needing assistance. The gift will provide support for at least 3 undergraduate scholars for 5 years each and will be administered by UG, catering for scholarships in science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and medicine. Hess Corporation announced that it achieved a net income of US $624 million, or US $2.03 per common share, in the fourth quarter of 2022. Hess said the improvement in adjusted after-tax earnings compared with the prior year period was primarily due to increased sales volumes in Ghana in the fourth quarter of 2022. Hess noted that the increased volumes were due to the onset of a second ship coming on stream. ON Energy has announced that it will be winding down the company and will be holding a general and creditors meeting in February. ON Energy is a subsidiary of Canadian oil explorer CGX Energy, Incorporated, which was granted a license by the Guyanese government to conduct exploration activities in the Berbice Block. Between 2005 and 2006, ON Energy drilled a total of 5 oil wells, but all were non-commercial. Nevertheless, the government renewed their license. But last year, CGX indicated that they could not drill the exploration well, as was agreed upon due to the unavailability of funds. In November last year, CGX announced that ON Energy had signed a deed of surrender for the Berbice Block.
Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's latest car on sale. Currently on sale is this 2016 Toyota Crown Athlete. It comes with Bluetooth mug rims, new tires, TV, CD, stereo, fog lamps, park camera, and much, much more. Buy cash for $9.95 million. All pay as low as $1.99 million down, with around $170,000 monthly for 5 years, and it is yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info. Visit the showrooms at Lot 171 Peter Roger, Queenstown, Lot 2 Lamar Street, and tell them Rico sent you for this sweet deal. It might not be robbery season, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home and business through Sheriff Security Service. Sheriff Security offers well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, marine patrol, canine services. These people even got drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest, now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today. You can multiply your cash by selling digital top-up. This is a legit way you can earn some extra money at your business or to supplement your current hustle. Become a top-up vendor quick and easy by linking with Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info.
Now for our Uncut News Views Poll Question of the Day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Ghana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. Last night I asked, how do you feel about Rose Hall Estate opening up again?
But before we get to that, I'd like to say a special thank you to our 2 paid supporters, Dion Nascimento and David Griffith. Thank you for your support, as it is what helps us bring you the news every evening.
Joseph Winslow says, we need a sugar industry in Ghana, even if it is on a smaller scale. Why import sugar if we can make it right here in Ghana? Rashawn Reed says, sugar isn't as sweet as it used to be. Why waste money trying to revive the industry? I would strongly suggest converting some of those estate lands to produce other crops. Open an orchid farm, or some other lands, plant other fruits and market same. Sell the fruits to places like DDL to produce local fruit juices. The point is to diversify. And finally, Paul Babulol says, same thing they did in Trinidad and Tobago. Now they spend millions of US dollars trying to import it. Now for tonight's question. How do you feel about the government housing program? Do you think it's going at a good enough rate, or should it go faster or slower? I want to hear from you. So, think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. And if that's all the time we have for tonight, check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Rico Bulford saying good night, folks.